Look at all of these cool art styles. Some of these art styles really inspire me to keep drawing, and some of these art styles look really fun to draw in. I think you all know where this is going. So in this video, I decided that I was going to take my character and draw him in 10 different art styles. All of these art styles were really fun to draw in and were some of my best art pieces ever. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do the first style, which just so happens to be... I think I'd be lying if I said that drawing in Orb's art style wasn't one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video. Now, first things first, this was my absolute favorite thing to draw in this entire challenge. Since a lot of the things I've drawn feel admittedly kind of boring, drawing in this style was kind of like having a big breath of fresh air after not breathing for 50 days straight. Something I really love about Orb's style is just how vibrant everything is. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but whenever I look at one of her drawings, it just makes my eyes happy. Which is precisely one of the reasons why I was really scared to do this style in the first place. Not only was it the first style I drew for this video, but it was also the style of my favorite YouTuber, and I did not want to mess that up. After all, Orb was the direct inspiration for me to create this entire channel, so I really wanted to do the style justice. While I was drawing this, I think I had probably the most reference images I've ever had in my entire life. But despite that, I had a lot of fun doing this. I especially had fun on the parts where I was adding all the effects after I finished drawing Hoplexers. So I can say that the first art style was a complete success. But now let's go on to the next art style, which is... Splatoon has always been one of those games that I don't play very often, but every time I do, I have a lot of fun. Except for the obnoxious amount of times that I used to crash while playing it. Something that really stood out to me about this game wasn't just the gameplay, but also the art style of the promotional material. All of the art seems to be really fun, chaotic, and energetic, which does reflect the style of the gameplay, which is pretty cool. Something else that's pretty cool about the art style is that between the games, it seems to shift a little bit. Every single game in the series seems to have its own art style, but the one I'm personally most familiar with was the Splatoon 2 art style. It looks very rugged and kind of painterly almost. Out of all the other styles, Splatoon 2 was by far my favorite one, so that's why I chose to draw it. Getting that distinct Splatoon look was really challenging though. When I started to pay attention to all those details that's in the art, it actually blew my mind. And I had to replicate that? I thought I was absolutely done for at the beginning when I started drawing this, but as I kept going, it became pretty fun. It was also a pretty interesting experience trying to draw Hoplexers with something more than just eyes and a mouth. I mean, what even are those things?
They're called ears. It's what normal people used to hear.
I can hear you perfectly fine and I don't have ears. And are you implying that I'm not normal?
Yeah, I am.
Anyways, after a little bit, I finished drawing it and it actually turned out way better than I thought it would. I even turned back into a little octopus. So with that being done, let's go ahead and move on to the next style, which is... Listen, I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I'm concerned with how many times anime finds a way to weasel its way into my video. Now listen, before you go in the comments and start raging at me, I don't think anime is bad. I just personally don't like it. But now with the amount of anime things that I've done on this channel, people might start to think that I'm actually lying about this. I've never sat down and watched an anime in my entire life, and the only time I did was because my friends forcibly made me.
Hey, so what are we gonna watch today?
Oh, by the way, that was my friend's character. He does game development on YouTube, so if you're interested in that, you should go check him out. I put his link in the description. But all of that aside, I was pretty proud of the end product, and throughout the process, I did pay a lot more attention to what I was doing, especially when I was doing the shading. But anyways, that's the anime art style done. Let's go into the next art style, shall we? For the longest time, I couldn't actually play Ultrakill, but that didn't stop me from listening to its soundtrack. Don't worry, I don't listen to it too often. I like more relaxing music myself. But one thing that did catch my eye about Ultrakill was its art style. More specifically, the album cover art style. If I had to describe what the art style looks like, I'd say it's a visual representation of what the music sounds like. It's very intense and chaotic, and everything is kind of jumbled together. Here's a little snippet of one of the songs. Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about. The art style itself looks very dynamic, which makes it pretty fun to draw in. I mean, you can just see the position I put Hoplexers in, he's insane. Something else I did, which I thought was pretty cool, was using some of the game mechanics to make the art look cooler. You see, there's a revolver in the game, and one of those abilities is being able to flick a coin and shoot it with a bullet, and it'll go to the nearest enemy, which I think is just one of the sickest things ever. So overall, this was probably one of the most fun art styles to draw in. But anyway, let's go on and head into the next art style. Hollow Knight. It's one of the most well-known indie games, and it's for good reason. The gameplay is smooth and fun, the story is amazing, and the visuals are just insane. And to top it all off, the music brings everything together in such a good way that it makes the most immersive experience in a 2D game I've ever seen. But, as you may already know, my favorite thing about that game is the visuals. The environments in that game are just beautiful, and they're made in a way that makes me want to walk through those areas again and again just to see it. And they just revamped the game's banner, and oh my goodness, it looks insane. In the end, I think I did make a pretty good piece, but I don't think I did it justice. At my current skill level, I just don't think that I can make something look that good. But that's why I'm practicing. I think it's a pretty good challenge to draw on all these different art styles, because who knows, it might even improve mine. I think there's probably a reason why I like all the drawings I did for this video more than any of my other ones. But anyways, that's the Hollow Knight art style done. Like I said, I don't think I did it too good, but I think it's pretty cool still. Now let's see, what's the next art style? Oh yeah. The good old Rubberhose art style. There's probably like 100 reasons I chose to draw Hoplexers in this type of style. One of them could be that I was introduced to one of the most rage-inducing games of all time, also known as Cuphead, at a very young age. And hey, I can't complain, the style in that game is just amazing. I've still yet to do a perfect run on all those levels. I'll do it one day. There was also another part of my life where I was absolutely obsessed with Bendy and the Ink Machine. And no matter how much you guys might think it was not the direct inspiration for my character, so you guys can stop commenting that. I'm looking at some of you in particular. Nah, I'm just joking. Or am I? Nah, I'm joking. I don't take the word obsession lightly. I've probably beaten that game like 10 times already. I really do just like the way cartoons are drawn. I think they're pretty cool. And games like Bendy and Cuphead just made me fall in love with the cartoon style. So with that one done, let's head into the next art style. Look, I know I've said this about a lot of the other art styles, but this one was really fun to draw. This style just has a certain charm to it. It's very simple, which makes it stand out from the other games because most of them nowadays are just prioritized with being hyper-realistic. This was also the first art style that I drew that didn't have any line art, which was a pretty cool experience. I thought it may have been a bad idea to draw 3D and 2D, but it actually worked out pretty well. Even before I started drawing, I already had a plan for how I was going to draw in this style. So there's a tool called the lasso, and it allows you to pick a certain area of the canvas. And something I can do after I select the area is fill it with a certain color. So this is how I went about to get all of those sharp and jagged edges that are usually in the Mario 64 art style, or just like the low poly art style in general. But there's not much more to say about this style. It's pretty simple, it's charming, and I really like it. So now with that one done, let's go on to the second to last art style. Oh, look at that. More anime. So if I had to describe the Chibi art style, it's kind of like turning a character into a marketable plushie. I have tried to draw on this style before, but I don't think I've really encapsulated what it's actually meant to be. Usually what I see in a Chibi character is a lot shorter, massive eyes, and an absolutely enormous head. Oh, sounds like it's trying to describe me. Anyway, this time I actually had some good references, so this one turned out a lot better than the last one. I am a little bit embarrassed with how long it took to draw this one, but I'm just not used to drawing in this style, so who cares? So now that I've turned Hoplexers into a marketable plushie, let's head on to the last art style, which is... Yes, the last art style is the Celeste art style. Now, to be completely honest, I've never played Celeste before, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've heard about how good the platforming is, and the mechanics too. And you might be wondering why I'm drawing in this kind of style since Celeste is actually pixelated. Well, I discovered that Celeste actually does have a 2D hand-drawn art style. Some of them are for the album covers, and some of them are for the end screens in-game. At least I think so, don't quote me on that. The album style and the in-game one are actually pretty different, so I decided to do the in-game one. I had a lot of fun doing this piece because most of the other Celeste art seems like it's very scenic. I did only have one reference for this one, so I just put Hoplexers in place for the main character. But I did also do another style for Celeste, which was the pixelated one. Here's a running animation I made for Hoplexers. I did just kind of want to draw something pixelated in this video, so here's that. So now with all these art styles done, I'm going to go ahead and put every variant of Hoplexers on one canvas and see how it looks like. And there you go. Perfect. Make sure you guys stick around until after the showcase I'm about to do, because I have some announcements I want to tell you guys. Well, I had a lot of fun doing that video. It was a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but it was all worth it. Thank you so much for watching this far, by the way. If any of you guys are interested, you can suggest something for me to draw down below, and it'll most likely be in the next video where I draw you guys' comments. I'm also showcasing some comments that really motivate me to keep going. I really appreciate all of you guys, so thank you for watching my videos. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but if you really do enjoy my videos, then maybe consider subscribing. It helps me a lot more than you know. Also, behind the scenes, I am actually still working on games, so I'll show you guys some gameplay from the latest one I'm working on. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching and sticking around for this long, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.